keeping my fingers crossed. Terminator Genisys is the fifth installment of the Terminator franchise directed by Alan Taylor, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Emilia Clarke, Jason Clarke, Courtney, and J.K. Simmons. So this film is set in the first movie and the future that we are not familiar of. So Kyle Reese gets sent to 1984, just like in the first movie, to protect Sarah Connor. But no, Sarah Connor already has an older Arnold Schwarzenegger. She's already armed and ready for what is coming. So what is going on is that there's this app called Genisys that has a countdown to kill everyone, and the three has to stop them. But of course, there's this thing that gets into their way. What is it? Well, here's the thing. Do not watch the last trailer of the film. It's stupid, they spoiled the film, which could have been a great twist. This is a trailer that is so dumb that even the director of the film has said it. But enough about the trailer. How's the movie? Well, it goes something like this. This is a movie that could have been the X-Men Days of Future Past of awesome, where the movie just basically erases the timeline for X-Men Last Stand. Well, this movie does that for Terminator and Terminator 2, the great classics that everyone loves, and on top of that, this film is an incredible mess. It's really convoluted, and you just want to ask yourself that if you're the only one not getting this. But no, people were confused as I am when I saw this film. The movie begins very simply. You got your first action scene that sets in the ruins of the future during the war. Kyle Reese goes into the past, meets Sarah and Arnold, and it's pretty basic. But then the movie goes into another direction, and you try to get it, and you're like, Alright, I'm getting this. Then the movie changes course again, and you're just tired and fed up, and you just want to find those answers. But it's so confusing that you end up leaving the theater pretty skeptical, so you can tell that the timeline choices in the movie were not handled well with care. And it gets to the point where you want to care, but you just don't care at all. Also in this movie, they tried to do shot-to-shot remakes of the first movie. You know, the scene where Arnold arrives in Los Angeles and kills those three guys because he wants their clothes? Well, they do a shot-to-shot remake of that, which I find pretty cool, but here is the problem. It doesn't feel the same. First of all, the three male actors are not the same, and the way they say their lines is so different from the first movie. And this movie has the nerve to add a line. I mean, why? And then the old Arnold comes to the naked Arnold to deal with business. Now, let's talk about the characters, starting with Arnold Schwarzenegger. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this guy. You feel like he's a Terminator from the 3 movies, he has a sense of humor, he is a badass, he's just the greatest thing in this film. Emilia Clarke, she was okay, you believe her relationship with the Terminator, you like the things that she does, she was good for the most part, and when I mean the most part, I mean Courtney. Oh, you poor man. He was in the Divergent series. You forgot what character he plays. He was in Die Hard 5. Pfft. I mean, I just think that Michael Biehn did a lot better. Here, he tries to do his best, but he doesn't have much to offer here. He's just very bland in this. And not only that, it sort of gets to the point where he just bitches and moans in a few scenes. There was this hospital scene with him and Sarah Connor, and it just looks stupid. I mean, he's Kyle Reese. Do something interesting. Now, J.K. Simmons does has his couple of scenes, and he's very interesting. But the downside is, his scenes has been deducted, and it could have been great if there was more of him. So aside from that, this film has good action scenes. There are some parts of the movie that were pretty interesting. So overall, this movie is fine. A bit too fine, to the point where you can't exactly give this movie a fresh rating. The biggest bite in the ass with this film is that the timeline is all messed up to the point where you have to turn your brain off and see shit happen, and that should never be like that. But the good news is this film is better than Terminator Salvation, which barely feels like a Terminator film, but T3 is better. So this is like my second least favorite film in the franchise. You can still check this one out, but you're gonna be in a ball of confusion. So I'm gonna give Terminator Genisys 5 Arnies out of 10. Oh, and there's this end credit scene in the end, if you care so much. In 3 years, James Cameron will be given the rights to Terminator. I don't know if he will ever go back. Bryan Singer did with X-Men Days of Future Past. So what about Cameron? I don't know. So that is my review of Terminator Genisys. Thank you for watching. More reviews on the way.
I'll be back.
What?